What's up guys, it's Sean from Window Tint Warriors, and today I'm going to make a quick video to show you how to change the cutting strip on a Graphtec plotter. This is the same for any other plotter. You'll have different cutting strips, but it's the same method. You're just pulling it off, getting all the glue off, and sticking the new strip on. Now, the only reason you do this is if you end up cutting through the material or substrate that you're cutting on the plotter, and you end up marring up the strip, which I'll show you with my phone light here. You can see if you look very close, there's a line in the strip, and there's not supposed to be a line in the strip. So that means the material was cut through at some point and damaged the cutting strip. And when you're cutting window film, it creates a very highly likely opportunity to cut through the material again, because you have that low spot, and then the pressure is going to be consistent throughout. So in that low spot, it's going to puncture through the material. So let's pull this cutting strip off, put a new one on, and this plotter will be good to go. And we're going to make a second video after this, kind of like a series, to show you how to adjust your cutting blade to cut window tint. And I'll make another one for PPF. PPF is a lot more forgiving, but window tint is more precise. So we're gonna show you how to put the new blade in the blade holder, the Graphtec blade holder, adjust the depth, and then fine tune it on the plotter settings. But in this video, let's pull the strip off, get a new one on, and then we'll move on to that. So what I like to do first is, I'll take a microfiber towel and just dust the area off. They do tend to get a little dusty after you use them for a while, sitting around in the shop. Sometimes I dust it at the end of every day, but I don't always get a chance to. So you don't want that dust to get on the adhesive of the new strip. So we're just gonna take that off. So now when we go to remove this strip, you can take the cutting head. You obviously want your plotter to be off. You don't wanna be pushing on the cutter head when it's on. So we'll put that to the side. We'll come over here to the beginning, and if you look close, you can kind of see where the strip starts. You can see right here, that's the end of the strip, black Teflon strip within the channel. So I'm gonna take my pink card, just pop that up. If it is really cold, you can use a little bit of heat to release the glue. But once we have that off, you wanna pull it nice and slow and consistent, leaving as little glue as possible, pulling on an angle. The less glue you leave, the easier your life will be, because then you have to go and peel all that glue off after the fact. And it's all releasing here. So I'm just gonna pull the strip off. The glue's separating, or the tape is separating from the strip. So we're gonna get that glue off after. So we'll come back over here, try to pick away. Once I get this picked up, you guys will really see what we're dealing with here. So we have the channel, and then we have the tape or glue left behind. And we have to get all that out before we lay the new cutting strip on, because then it will be inconsistent when we lay the new strip on where there's glue in spots and there's not glue in others. So you just want to work that all off. I use a little chiseler to just get in that corner to peel it up, and then try to peel it off kind of like tape. Kind of like we did with the first cutting strip, or the initial cutting strip, and then we're left behind with the adhesive here. And you got to get all of this off, like I said. Very important. So now that we have the majority of the glue off, the strips off, the whole key here is to make sure that the base channel is as consistent as possible, so that when you lay in that new strip, like I said before, you have a nice even plane to adjust on. So we'll just go back over here, remove any little glue chunks that are there. Obviously as much as possible. We don't want any big hills of glue. It's not going to be 100%. You could spend all day scraping this glue off. You just have to get it as close as possible. Feel it with our fingers for any bumps. All right, and that is good enough. There is such thing as good enough when you're replacing the cutting strip. So now we have our brand new cutting strip. I buy these by the threes. It's always good to have a few in stock. They are a bit pricey, but when you mess one up, you don't want to have to wait for one if you are someone who relies on the plotter. So to start this off, I'm gonna start from the cutting end, or the home end. I'm gonna peel the backing off of the cutting strip. Be very careful not to pull the tape off. We need that. So we'll try to start on this end. There we go. Make sure the tape is flat. This is the very easy part. I'm gonna line it up in the beginning, up into the corner. Push it into the channel, and as we go, just follow up with another hand. It's kind of like laying a sticker down. pulling the backing paper off as we go. And then we'll take the cutting head, come this way, make sure we don't bend it. Pull the rest of the paper back and lay it down. Bam. And what I like to do here is take one of these felt edge vinyl squeegees and just push along the entire strip to make sure we get nice firm contact with the channel. Make sure there's no areas popping up, no glue left. Any inconsistencies, you kind of want to push a little more to lay those down. There's a little crinkle in the material or the cutting strip there. Hopefully that doesn't cause any major inconsistencies. I don't see it doing so, but if it does, then we may have a problem. It was on the shelf and something may have been put on top of the cutting strip that accidentally creased it a little bit, but we'll see. You usually want this nice and consistent. It's very important with window tint. And that's it. That's how you replace the cutting strip on a Graphtec plotter. I'll see you guys in the next video where we do the blade calibration.